Okay, hello, this is the Viper245 here with my third episode of the Attitude Era. I will be reviewing Wrestlemania 14, which took place in the Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts. But first I'm going to talk a little bit about the previous Raws between that. This probably will be a two-part video due to the fact that I only get 15.5 minutes to do it. So the last video I ran out of time. I didn't even get to close, so that's why I did not close my video. So it's probably going to be a two-part video. Like, it's obviously not going to be two 15-minute videos, but it's probably going to have to be about two videos. So, but obviously just go over some main parts before Wrestlemania started. Obviously, you had the rivalry between Marc, Mero, and Sable. Obviously, they kind of didn't get along, but then she was fighting them with Luna, and then Mero basically, then Goldust was trying to prevent Luna from hitting her, but then everything goes mad. Goldust tries to defend Sable. Mero gets jealous and all that. So this is how this match kind of got sorted out. Then obviously Shamrock on the Rock. Then their feud continues. The Nation obviously getting a few glitches, like Farouk and the Rock weren't really getting along. So obviously somebody was going to leave the Nation after Wrestlemania. We had that gut feeling. You also had Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie and Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. They had a little feud, obviously, and obviously they were going to have a dumpster match then for this Wrestlemania. And then obviously Undertaker coming back to face Kane. So like obviously the Undertaker and Kane story was always going to be interesting. Obviously Undertaker and Kane kind of trying to show who had the bigger power and all that, which was, I didn't really care too much. Other matches, obviously then Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels had their rivalry. Obviously Mike Tyson joining DX, which was very interesting. Joining DX, and then obviously Shawn Michaels then and all them trying to get the upper hand on him. And just to let you know, this would be Shawn Michaels' last match until 2002. So it's a bit of a shame he had to go out on shitty circumstances, but sure, what can you do? Sure, he's human. Other matches were they? Not many other matches that were built up really, to be honest. I don't think there was any other matches really built. Oh, Triple H and Owen Hart. Apologies for that one. Triple H and Owen Hart have obviously had a long rivalry. This is even after Survivor Series even. So this is a very long rivalry. Owen Hart won the WWF European title. I think it was before No Way Out in Texas, weren't it, or something like that. And then obviously Triple H won it back. So obviously this match, and then obviously in this match then Chyna was going to be handcuffed, which was kind of cool, because I think Triple H, like, all these matches were nearly involved by Chyna. Like, I know he's a bad guy and all, but come on. Like, I don't mind Chyna being in part of the match, but like nearly every time she was getting interfering, and it kind of gets annoying. But so that's the wrap up of Raw, and obviously this was actually a very underrated Wrestlemania in my opinion. Like, not many people say, yeah, it's not the greatest Wrestlemania of all time. We all know that, but still, it's definitely in at least the top 5 to 6. Has to be. Like, I thought it was a very decent show. Yeah, there was 2 or 3 matches in here that were like, what the fuck? Especially the Intercontinental Championship match. I thought this match should have been fucking given time. This match could have easily been 4 stars. Why in God's name WWF didn't want to push this title? Like, this is the second time. Like, the Royal Rumble had a screwed finish as well, and it was the same kind of circumstances. So I just don't get WWF for that. Like, they gave them 5 minutes. Like, this match could have gone 15 minutes would have been great for this match, but we'll get on to that. So the first match was 15 team battle royal. The winner gets a championship match at Unforgiven in the next pay-per-view. Yeah, 15 team battle royal, really? Don't get that, to be honest. Battle royals are, they're good, but Royal Rumbles obviously, but nah, this match was it wasn't terrible, but it was okay. I'll give it a 1.5 stars. Like, there were so many teams in this. There were 2 teams from the Nation, I know that. There were 2 Los Boricuas, obviously LOD returning. I think we had the Godwins, the Quebecers, the New Midnight Express or something like that. And then they had the Rock and Roll Express. I think there was the Headbangers as well, but that's all I can think of at this moment. I think Kurgan was in this match as well, along with Sniper and that other numpty, whatever his fucking names. But Like 15 teams, that is ridiculous. Couldn't they have just had a fucking tag team turmoil or so? I know, yeah, it was early times, yeah, or they could have had a fatal 4-way. That would have the 4. They could have had the Los Boricuas. They could have had the Godwins, LOD, and the Headbangers, or even one of the teams of the nation. That would have been a fine match. But 15 teams is too much. LOD last eliminating the new Midnight Express to win, and obviously going to go on to face the New Age Outlaws. I think, yeah, the New Age Outlaws at Unforgiven. So I give it a 1.5. It wasn't anything good. Next match then was for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship between Taka Michinoku and Aguila. Yeah, Aguila. I can't pronounce. Really, I'm not great at pronouncing Mexican names, so that's my problem. Really, this match was excellent. Like, it was less than 6 minutes. That's another thing. Light heavyweights were never given enough time. I don't get it. Like 10 minutes, even 10 to 11 minutes. This match probably could have been 3.5 stars. Like, the way the match was going, it was excellent. The crowd were into it. Some great moves, some nice moonsaults from Aguila, especially onto the outside. Like, they were flying on each other. Like, Taka does some great work here as well, but mostly Aguila, who was only 19, like, did more. Like a great nice arm drag off the top rope, then a wrist lock takedown, and then an awesome springboard off jumping onto Taka, and then another great head scissors from the top rope. But then Taka reversed Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb, and then wins the match then with the Michinoku driver after just less than 6 minutes. It's ridiculous, but I'm still going to give this 2.5 stars. I think it was an absolute epic match. I'm probably some people. No, I think 2.5 stars. Some people have seen only rating this 1. Obviously, they're not big into lucha libre wrestling, but that's their own fault, really. To be honest, like, I think it was an absolute epic match. Sure, what can you do? Some people's tastes are different. I'm not going to judge people on it, but still, I think this match was excellent. Better than the first match, anyway. The next match is for the WWF European Championship between Triple H and Owen Hart. This match actually was pretty good. I've rated it 3.5 stars. Pretty good now. It was dragging in parts of the match, but Owen Hart, fair play to him. It was a good match. Kind of runs into the ring, beats up on Triple H, gets a Hurricane Rana for 2. Yeah, Owen Hart trying to do a Hurricane Rana is funny, by the way. Charlotte was trying to get herself into this match, but obviously she was handcuffed to Sergeant Slaughter. Triple H then with a nice high knee for 2. Triple H then gets a lovely DDT. Like, he is very good at doing DDTs. I give him that. Then Triple H finally works on Owen Hart's ankle, because obviously then Hart comes back with a missile drop kick off the top rope for 2. Triple H gets a powerbomb also for 2. Then kind of towards the end of the match, then Chyna throws powder into Sergeant's face, and then obviously he's blinded, and Chyna just gets up top rope, low blows Owen Hart. Triple H then gets the pedigree for the win. Then obviously after the match, then Chyna just knocks out Sergeant Slaughter with an awesome punch. 3.5 stars. I thought it was a good match now, to be fair. It wasn't probably overrating it, but I think it was a decent match. Owen Hart, like one of the most underrated wrestlers around. It's unfortunate what happened to him, but sure, we never know. Would have Owen Hart been WWF champion? We'll never know. So it's unfortunate. Like WWF shouldn't have done what they did with that thing. He shouldn't have done it, but sure. What's the point to continue talking about it? So the next match is an intergender tag team match between Marc, Mero, Sable versus Goldust and Luna. This match now, in my opinion, it's probably one of the best intergender matches you'll probably ever see. Like, I've given it 3 stars. It was very surprising because Goldust is not a bad wrestler, don't get me wrong. Either is Marc Mero. Like, he can put on a decent match, but Sable is not really a wrestler. Like, she's more of a manager, or just there just basically because she's a hot piece of ass, basically. Luna, she's just nuts. But it really surprised me. Mero then starts off with a nice head scissors. Sable comes in, basically lovely straight kick to Goldust's face. Like, she goes after him at least 3 or 4 times with some nice punches. Sable goes crazy down. Luna knocks out Goldust with a right hand and does it again. It's absolutely brilliant. Goldust then gets a nice DDT on Mero for 2. Mero moonsaults Goldust for 2. Then a Hurricane Rana for 2. Luna splashes Goldust by mistake. Sable powerbombs Luna. She kicks out, and then Sable gets her up then for the TKO and wins. So, like, there's some good moves. Like, Goldust is very underrated. Again, I thought, yeah, he wasn't bad. I think he was a bit. I didn't like the Goldust persona. I like Goldust. I didn't like all the weird stuff that he did, but sure, that's WWF for it. But I'll give it 3 stars. Next match then was for let's see, the WWF Intercontinental Championship. Oh, between The Rock and Ken Shamrock. Now, for the last couple of minutes on this part 1, I'm going to talk about this match. Why in God's name was this match given for 6 minutes? I'd love to know. WWF, this is probably the hottest rivalry at the early stages of the Attitude Era. These two are fantastic. Ken Shamrock is fantastic, and so is The Rock. Why can't you give these lads 20 minutes? I just don't get. Like, this match could go on, well, I wouldn't say half an hour. It'd probably be shite then, but like 20 minutes at most these two could go, and it'd be an epic match. Like 5.5, and another screwed for Ken Shamrock wins yet again clean, but yet they find some way to screw him. It didn't make fucking sense. He gets the ankle lock on, and then they decide just to say he put it on too long. So Jesus Christ, to do that, and every time you win a match by submission, you hold it on for a second or two. And then obviously the Nation came out then basically attacking him. Shamrock goes crazy and just annihilates every referee that's inside. But like, what makes me laugh, like, Shamrock basically dominated the whole match except for one part. The Rock hitting him in the head with a chair, I think, and went for got the elbow. But sure, that's the only thing I could think of. But Ken Shamrock dominated this whole match. But I can't understand why they could not give him the title or leave The Rock win maybe on 15 minutes through to a screwed finish. A screwed finish would have been fine after 15, but not 6 minutes. Come on, like, this is Wrestlemania. Like, matches should not be 6 and like 6 minutes, and there should not be no screwed finishes at Wrestlemania. I'm sorry. Or if they are, at least make them believable, decent, like a low blow or a chair shot the referee misses, but not this type of fucking screwed finish. That was absolutely fucking ridiculous. I give it a 1.5, but like, this match could have easily gotten 4 stars, guarantee it. I'll even put my house on it. So yeah, basically then, what else happened throughout? That's about it then. Basically, Ken Shamrock cracks up, like, it's ridiculous. So this was the end of part 1. I'm going to do part 2 now in a few minutes, because I only have about 3 minutes. I'm never going to get the next 3 minutes done, 3 matches done. So this is part 1. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.